Welcome into Farming Simulator 25 with me, the Midlife Simster. Thanks for joining me here again on Riverbend Springs, episode number 6. So, following on from the last episode, managed to fill the trailer up last night with the tree. There's still quite a lot left to cut up. I think to avoid any problems and further issues, we're going to take some of the dirt roads and back roads. Try and avoid some traffic here, is it? And stay out of the way of Teejay and whoever else might be out there. So, yeah, last episode, bit of an emotional time, October, wasn't it, really? You know, things were looking really good, and then all of a sudden find ourselves not arrested, apparently, but certainly interrogated and questioned. Ended up having to pay £1,500 fine for, you know, something. Okay, yeah, like I said before, I know I was in the wrong, but I don't know, something just doesn't sit right with me. But there we are. It is what it is, isn't it? So let's put it behind us. It's time to focus and move on. Our grass field is in. So, some good news. You will see from the bank balance. I got up nice and early this morning, spoke to the guys down at the sawmill first thing. They arrived 7:30 this morning, started installing a home sawmill for us. Cost, you know, a pretty penny. Cost me best part of £36,000. It was looking good, but I've left them to it whilst I come down here, drop this lot off. They say they're going to run some wood through it, so hopefully by the time we get back, we may or may not, I don't know whether we'll have any kind of new products or anything, but we should certainly have a working sawmill with a bit of wood kind of processed through it, which would be really, really good. Prices are looking pretty good at the moment for wood chips. If I show you on the maps at the moment, I checked this earlier and this was the best price. I mean, hopefully it still is. 12.05. Oh, okay, animal dealers caught up to it. Yeah, just about the still the best price. So off you go, wood chips. Let us see. Come on, money. Come on, the money. £35,500 for some trees that we don't want. That is excellent. That is just excellent money, and you know, stuff that's easy money for us. Yeah, really, really pleased by that. We need to get rid of those trees anyway, so great land for the farm. We could make some serious money now. It's not quite enough for the greenhouse. We're gonna have to do at least half a run more. I did speak to the contractor this morning as well. He's on his way up. He understands he's going to start work on the greenhouse. He knows we're good for it. I'm pretty, you know, confident with that now. So I'll give him a bell and transfer some money across to him shortly, just as a show of kind of good faith if he wants it. But yeah, greenhouse is going in, and it's going to go down the bottom of the farm, at the bottom of our grass field, across the road. It's the only place I could really get it to work in a kind of anywhere that I was comfortable with. So that's going to be happening today. So we'll get that set up and running. I'm hoping you guys, it is, what is it now? 7th of January. So episode 5 went out today about probably an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. So hopefully you guys will let me know on there what you'd like to do with the greenhouse, whether it should be you know, just lettuce, just tomatoes, or a whole range of things. My personal preference, probably just lettuce and tomatoes. Just focus on it, makes it easier to transport, and just makes it kind of, they're the best price products that I can see online, at least from what we'll get. So plan is we'll come back now. We're going to put a bit more lumber into the trailer via the chipper. Yeah, we've paid for it for the day. Lucky for us, it isn't a kind of business hours lease. The deal with Axel and his company basically is, where am I going? Actually, I can come in this way and I can show you our new edition. Oh, hang on a minute. Look at that. Look at that. Aha! Beautiful. Beautiful. Only 50% fertilized, 72% yield bonus. That is what it is. We're not rolling it again. We're not fertilizing it again. We're just going to let it get through this growing state. And then we will cut it. Hopefully we can get a cut in over in winter if it grows enough. That'd be ideal. What we do with that grass then is another thing, but we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get to it. Yeah, what was I saying then? The lease, like I say, it doesn't run business hours. The lease is with Axel run midnight to midnight, so it benefits him realistically because he's not open at midnight, is he? So the earliest I can pick a piece of machinery up is at 12, and then if I'm lucky, I've got a pretty good relationship with the guys there. They will come and as long as I phone it in before midnight, then that day they will come and get it and just charge me for that price for the day. But I've never, if they can't come and get it, I don't know what would happen. I don't know whether I would then be charged, even though it's not on me. I guess I could take it back, but then how do I drop it off if there's no one there? So anyway, you asked for it, and here she is. Guys have obviously packed up and gone back down at the sawmill. They did say they'd be pretty quick. I mean, that's less than an hour and a half to get this thing up and running, and I can hear it. It's working. So, 648 litres of planks at the moment. There is 12,396 litres of wood. They did say it's not fast. They said it's it's not going to blow my socks off in the amount of kind of pallets it produces, but it will, at least if you just keep feeding it, it will continue to produce. So there we are, our first production on Riverbend Springs. We need to do something about all of this. It can't be near the house. Health hazard, fire hazard, just pure hazard, really, isn't it? But then again, you could argue that my house is a bit of a hazard. So let's get on with this and chuck a bit more lumber into our trailer, and then if we can get up to the right amount, we can then get hold of our contractor, make sure that that's all going ahead down at the bottom of the farm. They weren't there yet, but he did say sometime this morning, wasn't really specific with it. So let me load this up. Where are we? Get her going. I do love this this wood chip. I think it's a really amazing bit of kit. And again, I think if we had a bit of money, I'd love to buy one. It's the land around here for us is always likely to have lumber and trees on it, especially if we branch off. No pun intended. If we branch off, sorry. If we branch off that way, out towards, what is it, field, let's have a look on the map, field 27, which is the smaller field but with the bigger sort of land at the top of it. There's an awful lot of trees over there for us to play with. Then same goes then if we came across the other way, came down to field 12, which is the kind of big round grass field that leads up to the pond. So plenty of options there for us, but both of which have got plenty of trees, which are going to then generate a lot of revenue. And at the moment, now is the time to go after lumber. There's a very fair argument that we shouldn't be focusing on the greenhouse right now. That maybe actually we should save that money and invest it in and try and just take as much of this down as we can and invest in land. But you guys asked for that first, so that's what we're going to do, and we'll start running that as soon as it's built. Right, I've got to decide what we're going to take down next. Again, I think I'd like to keep the sort of perimeter of trees intact and then take down the internals. So we'll get rid of this horrible thing. And maybe these two by here. So it kind of keeps a little bit of privacy from the road. And then it allows us then, if we then flatten this area out, this would be ideal to set up as the opening to a pasture for our, whether we get goats or sheep. and they can then have this area. We could convert this then into a sort of meadow field up to the kind of bush reeds over there. The kind of pond plants running all the way along there. That's sort of how I envisage it. We may need to go and get a mulcher or a tree stump grinder, because we've got obviously a couple of stumps we're going to have to deal with in this area as well. So lots of work to do. Less chat. Let's do it. Oh, I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to give it a go and see how see how it handles it. I'm going to cut this tree down. I know this isn't realistic, but guys, bear with me. It's a test, and you know, you might like it, you might not. This isn't a super real series. I'm going to cut this tree down, and I'm going to try and feed it to the chipper hole. It may go horribly wrong, so we'll probably need to save the game. But yeah, let's give it a go, shall we? Let's have a little look. I tell you what, yeah, let's play safe and save our game. I tell you what, I bought. I'm going to break the old third-person rule now. I bought a sort of timer, little timer block to have on the desk, because I'm very conscious that it's quite hard to keep a track of how long the episodes are going to be in terms of like me talking, and then the kind of speed cuts and things like that. So to basically start the timer up every time I'm talking, and then every time I take a stop and I know it's going to be either a speed cut or a complete cut, you know, pause the timer, start back again when I start talking again. As of yet, I've had it since episode, I think, 4. I keep forgetting to turn it on. So it's sat here looking at me with just a bunch of zeros on it. So I'm guessing we've been recording probably about 10 minutes or so by now, but who knows, eh? Who knows? It's an experience and a learning curve being a new YouTube content creator. The emotional element of it is off the chart, because you get so invested in why can't I change that? Come on, wake up. Yes, I get so invested in, you know, is the video okay? Do people like it? Is it going well? Sort of thing. And that was before you guys lit me up and it went off the chart. I'm sat next to the computer, obviously. So I tell you what, I'll tell you live as of 7th of January, 2:30 in the afternoon. We are looking at 444. 444 of you have now subscribed to this channel. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Look at that. Look at them, incredible. Yeah, I honestly, I can't get my head around it. So, but then what comes with that then is an obsession of, oh, you know, is this video going to do okay? Is that video doing okay? Why is that one not, you know, getting as many likes as this one? Why is that one not getting as many views? You know, and I've got to be careful about that. I want this to be sort of natural and enjoyable for everyone. And I've got to learn to be a better sort of content creator and just follow what I want to do and trust in the process of that. So, but as I've said before, and I'll try and say it in every episode where if I remember that. Thank you, because to go from, you know, 60 odd subscribers to 444 in a matter of days, it's just I can't quite get my head around what's happening. So thank you guys. Right, let us have a look what happens if we drop this. Please work. Oh, get this thing out of the way. Go on. The whole tree. Go for it. Too many branches. Dear. Right. So we've jammed up now. Oh! How much does it weigh? 700 kilos. So if I run this as best I can, try and cut off some of these extra limbs. Kids, health and safety, don't run a chainsaw into your wood chipper like this. This is where I'm amazed that the game isn't going to crash, because previously, like, doing this sort of stuff, the wood, and, you know, in fairness, look at the collisions I'm causing in the game. I would not blame the game at all. Oh, that reminds me. Something that, I don't know where I spotted it or found it or read about it. The amount of time I've spent doing lumber is unbelievable. So on console, you hold down circle, it starts to change. So you let go, it stops the cut. It's so annoying. If you hold down circle and then press L1, let go of your circle, let go of L1, it just carries on. Mind blown. Yeah, just, I cannot believe how many hours of my life I have spent holding down circle when I could have just been doing that the entire time. I'm assuming I could have been doing that the entire time, that it worked on 22 and 25. Right, well that didn't work very well, did it? We need the extra long chainsaws. We really, really do. And that would make a big difference to this mess that I've now caused. So, you know, yay me for showing that it does work, but it doesn't work particularly well with these trees. If you had, this was lodgepole pine, you know, nice long straight tree, bang, that's going through in a oneer. So it does work if you like that sort of thing, but for these trees, not so much. We're gonna have to try and get a cut, I think, on that there. There we go. Go on, get in there, get in there, get in there. Oh, what are you stuck on? Yes! Right, who's next? What's now with the problem? You, down there, I can see a cut. So, try and cut there, maybe? Not the deal, maybe. No, I should come straight across that one. There. There we go. In you go, my friend. What do you put? Oh, no. Right, yeah. It's still definitely loads quicker doing it this way than chopping it when it's on the ground. Now that it's like here, it's much easier to like deal with this, I find anyway. No, we're going to do that. So Tuesday the 7th of January today. In my mind, I'm sure it's Mods Day today, isn't it? I'm like, honestly, I'm like some sort of weird addict. I did one of the, I'm not very good at my reels. That's still something I'm learning about when it comes to YouTube content creating. It's weird, isn't it? Because I did a reel for one of my like top 5 mods, and it had thousands of views, and I was like, oh wow, excellent! I found something that, you know, that works. Next one, a couple of hundred views, and you're like, oh okay. Next one, a few hundred views. It's just, I don't know. I can't really work out the reels thing. It's a bit strange because they're exactly the same principle. They're same style of videos. But yeah, just did a real silly one today. I was just sat here, just playing around with things, just kind of getting used to using editing software and things. And yeah, silly little reel just about my addiction of checking the downloadable content on Farming Simulator to see if we'd had any new equipment drops. So right, let me turn this off because it's at least a bit of machinery and we don't want to just run it for nothing. Let's have a look. This one's going to come down next. So we cut it that way and then we should be able to drop it in the chipper exactly the same way. And of course, because we can lift the trees this like we are now with the Merlot, then it means we can also, if we're happy to play that way, pick them up, just drop them straight into the drop zone for our new lumber mill, which is pretty cool. Again, play as you want to play, guys. Yeah, it's playing for fun, not perfection here. So I don't mind a little bit of reality, and you know, most of the time I will play to that, but sometimes you've got to take the grind out of things, and you know, dealing with trees in this game can be an absolute grind. Why is that? Why? Oh, I'm not close enough to it. Am I? There we go. Actually, I said I'm going to realign that, try and get more of an angle on the trunk. Come on, my friend. Sweet. Right. over here. And then we'll check how much we've got in the trailer. Oh, that was the other thing as well. Previous episode, a couple ago, I think. Again, showing my inexperience as a farmer, having come from an office background. So looking at my condition of the Merlot, I was like, oh, look at that. It's actually not completely trashed. Of course, what I'd forgotten was I'd hooked myself up to that trailer, which is our used trailer. So it was showing the condition of the trailer, not the condition of the Merlot. So nothing weird about the Merlot, nothing to do with over-testing the engine and asking too much of it going up the farmer's market with the trailer weighing too much and things. Whoops. Actually, my error. As usual, it's got to be said. So, right, drop you in there, get that out of the way. Ah, come on now, come on, come on. In you go. In you go. You can do it. You can do it. Go on. Yes. He's sort of trying to force it down a little bit. Come on. It's trying, isn't it? But oh no, 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 no! It's got the forks. Oh no! There we go. Right, let's just get out of the way here. I can stop causing a drama for myself. Let's try and stop the issue before it becomes an issue. Quickly cut there if I can. Nope, not gonna let me. Fine. Cut that off. Cut that off. Any limbs we can get there. Thank you. Get some limbs here. Get some of these. Trim this lot off. Yeah, if apologies to the purists on the channel. Some episodes I will, play quite strict. Other episodes I won't be. It's the way this series is going to go. In the future I may. I very well. I've never really done it because when I've played before, I'm just playing for myself. Yeah, so it's not necessarily what I find particularly enjoyable. But what I might do, especially if the right sort of like maybe British map would come out, and I'm not saying Calmston because Calmston actually wouldn't suit this, I don't think. But I'd be quite tempted to do a... Where am I cutting now? Stop that. Like a small farm with like just small machinery. Now whether that is we do it in terms of horsepower, or we just say it's got to be within the small tractor brackets and stuff. There's a few different ways we could do it. Yeah, I'd be quite tempted to do that, and that would be then really well suited for like hyper realism sort of episodes. So that's quite tempting, maybe in the future. But we shall see. We've got a long, long way to go yet for all of that. Come on now, tree. Come on. Yeah. This system is good until you get past the trunk on these trees, because it just then is so messy. And it just, my fault. Go on. Go on, girl. Get in there. Yeah. Axel doesn't... I never thought we'd be doing this to his beloved chipping machines. I think he'd charge us a little bit more if he knew I was handling them. Right. We got a proper little jam here now, haven't we? Still trying. Come on. Come on. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. That's it. Nearly there. What's this here? Come on. Yeah. It says this by here as if there's like one particular log that's causing the issue. Look at the state of this. What a mess I've made here. Let's try and cut. Come on. Now, normally I wouldn't keep you guys with me for doing this sort of thing, but it's, like I say, I kind of think it's worthwhile keeping the scene, especially if this is, you know, lumber isn't something you do. There's so many ways you can go at this, and like ways to have to kind of play it. But yes, get in there, you foul beast. Ah, you're not in there at all, are you? Whoa! What happened then? Terrible bit of collision. Cut that there. Should then. What are you stuck on there, my friend? Stand up yourself. Not going to even give us any lumber, are you? You're just like a tiny, annoying piece of wood. Let's try that. Yeah. Now sometimes, and I don't know why, this happens, and it's like it gets so far, but it just won't ever process, and I can't really work out why. There we go. So that's the only way I can do it. If you flip it around a couple of times, and you might get lucky, and it'll drop. Most of the time, then I end up giving up and just chucking it into the back of the truck, and then we'll take it down to the guys at the. It wasn't the sawmill, that was it. We originally went. We went to the carpentry place, wasn't it? That makes, I don't know. What that was called. For the life of me, I can't remember. Put that there. In you go, in you go, in you go, in you go. Go on. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. I think that's another whole tree, isn't it? Sweet. Right. Knock you off. And you now have 14,000. So that then should be... You're right on that borderline for us. We may as well just keep taking down whilst we're here, so that then when we get paid, we are going to get paid. Now this is going to be a problem. This thing is horrible. So what I'm probably going to do is, if I cut it at the base, because I think even the base is good. I'll tell you what, I'll just keep you guys with me, and you can watch me suffer, because this one is going to be, we are going to end up cutting away from this. Ah. Oh, what? It's right on the edge, is it? That's kind of good and bad, I suppose. Yeah, all right. Okay, interesting. So what are the big trees? Well, the only other really decent sized one is this one, which is basically what we've just done. Yeah, go on then. Let's cut this one down. Because we need the money. I am going to, and sooner rather than later, because then the sooner we do it, the sooner we'll get the benefit from it. Maybe now's the time to prune all of this whilst it's on the deck before we try and shove it into the log. The chip, sorry. Yeah, I am going to try and plant basically a load of new replacement trees. Now whether that's on this section of the farm, or I end up doing that somewhere like down in the future when we bought a new bit of land. There was a part of me, I talked about it in the last episode, like where you can do it with grass fields and just sort of get your machinery running, especially with the GPS. It's loads easier now. On 22 you have to turn up with your mower and have an idea of where you were looking to do your lines. But yeah, you could start your trees on the edge of the grass field, run them then all the way down the grass field, leave yourself that sort of 4-5 meter gap, whatever. Oh, that's a big trunk I've left there. Leave yourself that 4-5 meter gap for the mower head to get through. It's going to like sit on the front of your tractor, and then basically plant another row. So then you're able to mow in between the trees really effectively and nicely, and still going to give you that swath line. But then at the same time, you've got a nice field of trees. So if you did the trees too close together, obviously you can't get the mower between them, so you're kind of paying for that land just for the trees. Now, okay, I appreciate the flip of that is by leaving that bigger gap, you're maybe not producing as many trees. It'll probably give you a bit more, but it swings around. Oh. It swings around about, doesn't it? Oh, mids, that was abysmal, mate. Yeah, all right. Let's try that again, shall we? Without... Oh, no, we're going to get stuck in the blinking tractor wheel. Ah, I caused myself a right hullabaloo here. Now, the fix on this is to get out of the tractor and do it properly, but there we are. Should have moved, I folded that up and done it a bit tidier. There we are. Sometimes lazy fanboy. Okay. Let's see how you get on this time. Knock you off, get you out of the way. Rob, I hope you noticed the, I'm sure it was Rob, the nice light there, mate. Come on then. Get in there. Get in. Oops. Don't spray you. I need to make a cut right down there we do, but drop them into twos. Are you going to let me drop them into two or not? You're cutting, you are getting in there quicker than I can cut. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. There we go. That's it. Look at that. Yeah. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Right, massive cut here. Get through all this mess. And I think then we'll take this down. Get paid for the wood chips down at the farmer's market. And then we'll nip down to the river and see. I'm hoping, I felt my phone go off a couple of times whilst we've been working, so I'm hoping it's going to be a notification about our new greenhouse being built and ready to go, but we shall see. Maybe I'm hoping for too much. Right, I'll tell you what, well, you've seen me do this plenty now. I'll see you up at the farmer's market. Okay, here we go then. It's basically all the big trees. There was nothing else we could really cut down, just that one that you guys saw me cut down and then I cut away from. So, entertainingly, there was a bit of a bug and one of the branches went absolutely, like, got launched into the sky and I kind of towards the road. I can't find it anywhere, so maybe one day we will find the missing branch of November, but there we are. So 25,000 in the bank, taking us to 68,774. We did get a notification. Oh, what's in the sales? Oh, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. Tragically, we don't have 338,000, even though that's half price. So great. Now, longer term, manure spreader. I'd buy this in a heartbeat if we had anything that was even remotely close to being able to produce some manure, but no such luck. And this, as great as it is, it will only do fertilizer. It will not do lime, so it doesn't serve a purpose for us. It's quite tempted to buy that. Genuinely quite tempted to buy that. We'd have had like another 10 grand or so off the chips, then maybe I would have. What was I going to look at then? I was going to look at something, wasn't I? I was going to look at vehicles and finances. Because the leasing costs are hitting us now, so I don't want to send it back. It's not being used, so that's fine. Obviously, it hit an hour there. You can see it's hit. It's 1.3 hours. So we got charged for that. The Merlot is really expensive, and that's obviously we got another half an hour, on that. The attachments are nothing, so that's fine. I mean, I'd love to, there's so much I want. I just don't know what to do. Right. We've got enough money. I know the guys were basically starting the building work whilst I was coming up here. So I'll head back to the farm. I'll see you there, and hopefully we will have a nice new greenhouse set up. Slight problem. The contractor's left. No, there is no greenhouse. He tells me, even though he apparently practiced it last night, and yeah, Had a little go at it offline. Cannot get the greenhouse into that area. Yeah, it's weird. I blatantly did it last night, and on a kind of dry run with it. And it was like the corner was just there in that, like, so around this bit of tree here. I cannot get it giving me a price. And I don't want to do that because it's too uneven, and you can see in the ground we would just have no end of drama because it's just really messy, completely uneven ground. So it needs to be placed by the game so that it brings the ground up to level. Yeah, which leaves us on a bit of a sticky wicket. Because over there is too sloped. Over here, can't get it to its place anywhere. So, real problem on our hands. However, I may have a solution now. We've talked about it previously. This field is now been harvested. So, thankfully, we're not going to have to deal with that. It does need ploughing. It will need liming when we come to do anything with it. However, when you look at what it actually entails, we got basically everything up to the road, and it's going to be all along that fence line down to the water, right? So we should have those massive trees for there, right? These are ours. So that should be, I don't know, I mean, that's got to be at least, 30,000, 40,000 pounds worth of tree. But more importantly, I'll have all of this as well. And then maybe we don't need to line this because this is a lot more, I mean, it's sloped, don't get me wrong, but we could probably do a little bit more with it because it's such a better working space. And then we can start chopping all these down. And this is our winter effort. And this then might develop into part of the new farm. I think that's what we need to do, guys. Because we can't afford that. It's 116. We haven't got any more income coming in. That's 117. Just can't afford that. 67,000. Fate would step in. Then we've got 68,774. We could go and chop a load of trees down. We might even be able to buy our own chipper. I mean, blimey, we could chop enough trees down. We could buy the Merlot at this rate. And that then might give us somewhere to go. So, don't hate the player, hate the game. We have a new field. Yeah! Cool. And it doesn't have any stinking root vegetable in it either. However, financially we are now broke because we're going to owe on the lease. So we've got to get to work and chop a lot more trees down a bit quick. I'm going to leave these, again, I'm going to leave the edge trees because I think it's quite a nice border feature. Certainly leaving these ones because they, well, we'd have to leave those ones. We don't own them. Sorry, I thought I was coming into our own plot of land here. But we're not. Our plot of land is down by here. Certainly want to leave all the ones that we've got around there. Quite tempted to take these down. Gotta be honest, this one could easily come down. Because it does get in the way when we're farming. Makes it really difficult to see. So, I'll tell you what, let's start marking some trees. Change mark type. Where is all? Mark tree. You're going, my friend. You're enormous. And you can go. That's high mark on you. And I think you need to go as well, even though you're enormous. But none of you need to go now because we're not doing much with your field. We need to get onto our new field with our equipment and get to work. How exciting is that? And we should still be able to, come on, what's going on here? Cold. Right, pipes in, there we go. We should still be able to, once we've harvested a little bit of the woodland on that new plot, still be able to get a greenhouse. I'm confident enough that with the price of wood chips at this time of year, we might be able to get 2 greenhouses. Certainly gives us, I know when we were talking to the builder, that he was saying about the tarp ones rather than glass are loads cheaper. So that would be a real option for us, because if we can then get 2 tarp ones in here, that would be banging, and then we could have one running lettuce, one running tomatoes, which would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? So let's skip back over to, where is it, Merlot. Still no pallet, but that's fine. Guy said it was going to be slow, and we'll just let it do its thing. What I'd imagine I'll end up doing is those trees that I've just marked up there, I'll use them solely for the sawmill, and then anything elsewhere will be used to basically for chipping. It may be that our priority should probably be buying a chipper as well, and buying a Merlot, and buying a tractor, and buying all these other cool things that I want, we can't afford just yet. But yeah, right, I am going to get to work clearing this. I'm not going to keep you guys with me for this. I'll depending on the time and how it looks, I'll either speak at it, or I'll just bring you back in and all these trees will be gone. So I'll see you shortly, guys. Busy little morning there of lumberjacking. Like I say, I get it. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Doing lumber in the first place is kind of forestry, but those who do it then also don't like it when they class that as cheating. And I get it. I totally get it. Using forks like that and stuff, it's not realistic. But it's a game, and we play for fun. So one massive trailer full here. Now, ideally, I don't want to sell any more after this. This is just to get us back into the green and out of trouble. So I want to sell at the highest price. That does mean delaying the greenhouse, but I'm okay with that. So let's get this sold. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. $37,000 off a few trees. This is definitely the way to play the game, isn't it? Whether you like it or not. We've almost made our money back on that plot of land. I would never normally buy a plot of land without a crop in it, but yeah, I'm really pleased with that decision. So right, I need to go and get some fuel because we are running super low, and I promised myself I'd do that previously. I completely forgot, didn't I? So I'm gonna go and do that, and then if I could get grass into that, it's our last chance today, but it's just too much. I mean, we're gonna run out of time. We don't have time to plow it and lime it and seed it, I don't think. So what I might do, my gut feeling is, instead of maybe doing the weird poplar plan I had now, is maybe do poplar over here. So just let this field be what it is for now. Figure out where we're going to turn it into our sort of extended farm, where we're going to have the greenhouse or greenhouses, and then dedicate the kind of hillier section maybe to a bit of a poplar plantation end. I don't know, that's kind of what I was thinking about whilst we were doing the trees. So maybe let me know in the comments, because I don't think we're going to do anything today. I think it's just now a case of getting down. Fuel. What is wrong with me? Ah, lordy. Also, I do say lordy lord a lot. If any of you, those of us religious, I don't mean to offend or be blasphemous. That isn't my intention. I'm sorry if that does upset you. I will continue to say it. It's just the way it is. I say it all the time. But it is much better than swearing, isn't it? So that's my sort of compromise in my mind to it. But apologies in case that does upset anyone. Right, let me go and get some fuel, and then I'll go and get back to work. Cool gas station. That it's a lot bigger than I actually thought it was. Staff were in there. They knew of me, which is interesting. They knew me as the Welsh guy who'd come across here. A little smile on their face. So I don't know if they were maybe making reference to the whole Teejay thing, or if they were just heard about some crazy office guy who's come across from the UK to try and become a farmer in their little town. So right, that was about £700 that was of fuel, so not too bad. It's a big old machine, and it is what it is. It's gonna need a service pretty quickly though. That's the other thing. But cross that bridge maybe December, January time. So right, I'm gonna break character briefly, have a quick chat with you guys as me. So as you've seen right at the start of this episode, I put an apology on the screen. I don't know why, I don't know how, but for some reason my microphone's gain changed on the setting on the microphone itself, rather than anything within any of the filters or anything like that. The actual microphone, as if it had reset itself. So when I'm quiet and I'm sort of talking to myself, but I'm talking out loud and I naturally go a bit quieter, you can hardly hear that. It also doesn't help that look who it is. Stay out of his way. You best not be going to my farm. Yeah, so the microphone gain was down. So basically, I mean, I don't understand any of this stuff. I really don't. I'm completely new to it. Hence why all of my issues since I've been a YouTube content creator have related to audio, pretty much. Some other stuff has just been like a learning curve, but I cannot get this audio right. And again, now it's changed, and I don't know why. It's so weird. Yeah, it is what it is, guys. I'm so sorry. It sounds awful. It really does, and it's guys mocking us, absolutely mocking us. And it's typical because, on the week that the channel is kind of, I say blown up, but blown up in my world, because we went from, 60 odd subscribers, and now we are, what are we now? So this is now Wednesday, the 8th of January. Hence why I did some editing on this episode already, and that's how I know the microphone is abysmal. And I've just come back on with some new settings in the hope that I've semi-fixed it for now. But yeah, so the channel is kind of going off, and I'm going to put an episode out where the audio is absolute pants. And it's gutting. It's really, a kind of bitter pill to swallow, that one, but I can't go back on the episode. There's too much we'd have lost from it, so I've been saving as we've gone through. It is kind of what it is, unfortunately. So all I can ask is, I'm hoping, for those of you that are still here, that you can understand and help me, maybe even just give me a bit of advice. And I know there's no perfect settings, because we're all different. We've all got different setups. We've all got different, recording environments. We've all got different voices. So the audio is an absolute minefield from what I can see. But right, back into character. I'm just trying to think what I need to talk to you guys about. I think it's 5-1. I've been thinking about this. I hope that is a different delivery driver, because otherwise that's 3 times he's come past in the last few minutes. Okay. Just turn our back on the road. Let's focus on what we need to focus on. This ground is a little bit uneven. It's going to be difficult to put the greenhouses in here. Not impossible, and maybe some down there. I'm thinking if I can quickly chip this tree, basically clear a little bit more of this area, that might give us something to play with in the coming month or two in terms of November, December, January and building. In the meantime, maybe whilst I'm doing that, we hire someone to come and plough this field for us using our equipment. That's kind of where I think we should go with this. And then if we can plough it in time and then lime it, we can put a grass seed in maybe before midnight, which will then hopefully give us a cut over winter, depending on how it grows and if it can grow enough in winter to give us a cut. But we can worry about the poplar then in a few more months' time and where that's going to go and how that's going to look. I've got a bit of a plan for one of these fields as well that I haven't spoken about yet, and I'll leave that till the next episode. So look guys, I'm really sorry about the audio. It's gutting. I want to talk about the algorithm with you guys next episode as well, real world chat stuff, because I don't understand it. It's so weird that the channel is getting like 130 150 subscribers a day for 2 days, and now it's dropped down to sort of 50 a day. It's bizarre. I don't get how it works. But if you are still here, please consider giving this a like and a subscribe, because it makes such a difference and it means the world to me. So for those of you who have, again, thank you so much. And until next time, be happy, stay safe, and we'll speak again soon. Take care.